what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EraBodys Podcast, where generations collide and cultures combine. Today, we got a great show for you. Our guest for today is Byron Pierre. He's a community activist, truth teller, a realist, and I hope you enjoy this show and the gems that we about to have for you. My name is Ricky.
And I'm the Honorable Darren D. Purnell, the street speaker himself. What's up, Rick?
What's going on, D?
Oh, man, we had not often we get days like this with a city. You know, some of my plans that we've been having these politicians come up here, some of my plans, they actually take some of them.
I see that, D.
And they don't give me credit for it, but I'm going to let y'all slide or whatever. They had the Warren Clinic. Just the second year they did it, and we talked about this with mayor candidates. You're not going to get this money or whatever. So they brought all the people in that from the Warren Clinic. They try to clean people's driver license up. New Orleans don't have that system where arrested jail in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
If you get pulled over for shooting somebody in a traffic violation, both y'all gonna take an hour and a half to get to jail.
Yeah.
So you're holding up police officers, and if it's two cops, now you know they gotta call a supervisor out. Y'all can see I've been through this process. They gotta call a supervisor out. And when the supervisor comes out, he has to sign off on you to go to jail. But if you trying to explain to him, one time, Rick, I had a cracked tail light. In AutoZone, they sell a tape that you could put just a little small hole.
Yeah.
I got pulled over for that. So I'm explaining to him they sell a tape for that.
Yeah.
And he told me there ain't no law. And they signed off on me to go into jail. They pulled me over because of that, and they said I had a warrant out. But the Warren Clinic on yesterday, it just cleared all that up.
Yeah.
Just come in here, clear all of it up, and now you're out there on the street. And I think it's better for cities to do this because you know you're not going to get the money.
Yeah.
And if you're not serious about only locking your people up, this is something you can do yearly just to clear the books.
Yeah, I agree.
And they was able to do it yesterday. It was a big success or whatever. And what you think about they should keep doing stuff like that?
I definitely think they should. And also advertising more because I got a few traffic warrants that I could have been relieved of. But I didn't know about it.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So I looked on social media this morning and heard a few great things about it. I could have been in that number.
Yeah, well, I know a couple of people. I'm a plug in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
Just like that. Let's make it happen.
Well, we also know the thieving pastors. My knock is always with pastors to all of y'all or whatever. Rick, this drive me crazy or whatever. Rick,
What? Yeah.
I can't stand when somebody tell me about their vision and they want somebody else to pay for it. Rick, to get where you at, you had to pay the piper.
I did.
Where I'm at, I had to pay the piper.
You did.
Well, why you always have a vision, but you need my money to cover your vision? Right. I ask pastors this all the time, Rick. I want to make this make sense before I talk about the thieving pastor. And you know this a lot of tithes and offering. Plus on top of that, your vision on the community center, your vision on the airport, your vision on the airplane. Oh, that's fine for me. Why not start doing business with your congregation, Rick? Business.
That's right.
All right, Rick. I give you 5 members. That's all married. That's 10 people. You say as a pastor, God gave you a vision for y'all to buy a fishing camp, the church. 5 couples, that's 10 people, donate to the camp. And I got to ask you, can I come fish? Don't you think it's better for me and you as partners if the church have $2,000, me and the other people, each one of us got $2,000. Now we're partners.
Yeah.
Now you never met my son. When you met me, my son stay out of town. Now my son have access in equity to this camp.
Yeah.
What makes sense for me to help you in the church to buy a fishing camp, and my son I gotta ask you, can my son come and fish at a camp that I paid for?
Right.
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
And this is what happened a lot of time. This church leader, $50 million since 2014. That's a lot of money.
$50 million since
50
2014.
They've been invested. Now, why they been investigating him since 2014 and let it keep on running? The FBI irks my nerves sometimes too, because they let the investigation go on long. Mm-hmm. They let you steal up that much of money or whatever. But his staff, he wasn't even feeding them. He used to tell them that if they didn't reach the amount of money, then they couldn't get paid. They couldn't eat. They couldn't do none of that.
Yeah.
So it bothers me, Rick, in this situation for him to, and you know this from needy people, working people. Mm-hmm. And you should see the house, Rick. His house was the largest house in a community in Florida.
Yeah, 50 million.
Man,
50 million?
Man, when you see stuff like that,
better
Rick,
not slip. He better get the best.
And then not only would it happen when they take this stuff, Rick, they ain't giving it back to the people. So
it's
not only
it's
all personal gain, and now when the feds come get it, they take it, commandeer it, and now the people don't get nothing from it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, man, it's a lose-lose situation. Mm-hmm. These people didn't give crumbs, man. They didn't give their last or whatever. So
wait, what color was this? What color was the pastor?
You know, normally we don't get away long for doing big crime like this, Rick. We normally don't get away long.
So it was us.
It was us. It was a black man. Rick, you know, normally
11 years.
11 years. They don't let black people like that or whatever. But I ran across this guy some years ago. He was in court, and he was talking about he have to. It was like, well, you could buy a suit. But why it got to be a $5,000 suit? Mm-hmm. He was like, I can't wear cheap clothes because I sweat a lot or whatever. I mean, this dude's he was buying $10,000 ties. At the time that he told the people if they didn't raise their donation amount, he had $10,000 of Alaska snow crabs delivered to this house.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was meeting his need.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yes, but
I ain't lying. I like the pastor a little bit. Only if his whole congregation wasn't just black people.
Man, I think because he
was a mix. It was a mixed crowd.
Oh well, now it makes sense why they let him slide that long. Yeah. His sidekick was a white.
There we go.
That's why.
That's the information.
Black people, you know, we started a little scam in 30 days. They have us in jail. Right. We don't get to FBI. We get the city police get us. Yes. But yes, Now I'm looking
that's
at
white counterpart.
Yeah, it's white counterpart. Yeah. So it makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. Or whatever that you'll do it like that. But why did any leaders do that? Brokeless visionaries or whatever. I every time I got a vision, the vision that came behind that vision is how I'm gonna go about paying for it or whatever. That's just how it was or whatever. But I don't see the same thing.
Yeah, I think with those statuses, you know, especially with those tax exempt statuses, see, the church is different from a regular nonprofit organization.
But let's just go into that as we talking about it, Rick. Don't you think that if it's 5 of us and we dealing with this, 5 couples help them, they about to invest in this super fishing camp. Mm-hmm. The passive 501c3, the church, will actually help the property out. Yeah. And we are partners in this. Mm-hmm. I could utilize it or whatever. You open up a beginning date to the end date with investors. And now I'm a partner in this. Right. Not me spending 15 years in this church. Now we have summer camps at the fishing thing, at everything. We got a summer camp. Everything is growing phenomenal. And I got to ask you, Rick. Yeah. Can I bring my son to go fishing?
I mean, you know how we've been tricked out of, you know, being people for our existence is through religion. Yeah. You know, they give you religion. Yeah. They put the fear factor in you through religion, and you make your donations through religion.
And it's mind-boggling to me. But I want to say that they do have some people that mean right and do right. Yeah. But it's always going to be overshadowed by stuff like this or whatever. Yeah. And when it's overshadowed like that, it just makes you think that if I got 5 friends, I might as well just go in with my 5 friends and do it and have some equity. That's all. So to my pastors out there, this is not a jab at you. This is the truth. If you silly about growing your ministry and growing your church, make your members, especially your donators, outside of their 10%. Because 10%, all right, take care of church needs. Mm-hmm. When you saying it, Creflo Dollar asked about the jet. What that got to do with 10%? That's extra. So why can't be partners in this?
Yeah.
Now we doing business together.
I mean, I agree. And then you're talking about 10%, and the church needs are covered through the tax exemption.
Yeah.
Most of them, a lot of them don't even pay light bills,
Yeah.
energy bills. A lot of them don't.
Yeah.
So I think 10% is a fair share to be called a stakeholder.
Yes. In this church, but I will say that some of the churches grow and do right and give and do what they're supposed to do, but I would say most of them are welfare recipients, and to the fact that their goodness that get done is on behalf of the federal government giving you food and you redistributing what they give you. But I was looking at something the other day, Rick. The 501c3 was created to weaken all social programs like the Black Panther parties, the Blackstone Nation, because they was doing the feeding the community and everything. Now, if I can give you 10 times the food that they would ever think about getting, now it makes you the most important person in it.
And I have to disagree a little bit with that, right? I feel like with the status under you, you just more, when black people give, we give from the heart.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times when you give from the heart, you don't reap the benefits that you should reap, personally or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like the 501c3 status was created so you can have that foundation under you where you can target larger companies because they need somewhere to be like, hey, if I'm giving you this, I need to be able to write it off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't fully agree with the statement, but I see the ideology behind it.
Right.
Yeah, but I agree. I feel like you ain't gonna just want to go up and give Joe Blow your money. And not saying that the Black Panthers, what they represented wasn't, civil.
Right.
But it was no way to track it. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? And that's what the world and these business owners want to be able to know where they putting their dollar into.
Right. And that makes sense too. I didn't look at it from their perspective.
All right, welcome back to the show. And sitting next to us, in the middle of us, is Byron Pierre. We told y'all this guy is a community activist and a realist. And today y'all about to discover that. Thank you for coming on the show today, man.
Appreciate that, brother. Thank y'all for having me, man.
I want to open it up with an apology. Normally this is not said. At the time when Rick, as a young person, I kind of know I always had the spirit of Brother Malcolm in me, but I didn't know where to stand because I didn't read. So I didn't have the knowledge, but I had the spirit without the knowledge. I have seen this man stand up. 100 people over there on the right, and I'm standing over here on principle. I got facts, you got what you think. You in the spiritual, I'm over here. And when you hear people saying, I stand by myself, I have to, they say that, but they don't know. I watched this brother so many times, and I'm apologize because I didn't have the heart or the knowledge to stand with you at the time, but I'm glad you was giving it. I always tell my beautiful fiance that there's always more people watching you than you think. You didn't know that I was paying attention as much I was. That's why I give kudos, and that's why I'm glad we have you here, brother.
Yes, sir. But it comes from a humble beginning with my mother, my father, my uncle especially, both brothers. Knowledge of self was, granted to us as youngsters, man.
So, before we go into that, tell us about yourself. Who is Byron Pierre, a.k.a. BWUF?
Man, multifaceted guy, man. Multi-layered. Wear many hats, man. I attended George Washington Elementary School, right? And from there I went to Cone Middle, which is no longer there. Ninth Ward School, Cone Middle. Rough school. Man, I got fascinated with the project. I'm not out the project. I'm out the houses. So I'm not out to Florida.
So I always thought you was out there.
Not out to Florida. Yeah. I hung in the Florida like that. And my mother kind of despised it early, but I was fascinated with it. But I learned so much. Streets and book smarts, that kind of ruffles a few guys' feathers who really street guys.
Right.
You can't tell a guy, man, well, no, you shouldn't be doing that. But I was fascinated with it. So via there, I went to, Francis T. Nichols and Jackson State University. But from high school, it was rough. I was bullied, man.
Hold on.
I was bullied.
Tough as they come was bullied in school.
I was bullied, but you have to get here. You have to understand that. You really have to get. I was bullied. And I had a mother that would make you go back to the scene and fight. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I didn't want to do that. So sometimes I wouldn't tell her. But you have to understand this too. Sometimes height catches up with heart.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. When you was bullied, was in elementary or middle school?
Elementary, middle.
So dang, that's a long time to be bullied.
Elementary, middle.
I'm glad
school.
I hold my own.
So listen, but see, we all have to get there, you know. And I got there, and I got there at a rapid pace, man. And
I'm gonna ask you a question. Was you on a revenge tour when you got there?
Kind of, sort of. Being honest, kind of, sort of, man. I mean, listen, that's where the name BWUF come from, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Of course.
So what you at Nichols when Monster was there? Y'all was there together?
Why you doing that?
No. I'm just asking. Y'all was there? Oh,
he's young. I thought you were gonna bring up some Carver crap.
No. Well, when you do go to Nichols, it's because you couldn't get a call. No. Or you were scared and had to run. You know, the night was
Nah, man, it wasn't like that. No, it wasn't like that at all, man. I was highly respected by a lot of those beautiful brothers out there as well.
Now I'm gonna ask you a question. The affiliation with your mother in the Black Panther Party, your family with the Black Panther Party.
My uncle.
Your uncle with the Black Panther Party.
Yes.
You think that played a tremendous part in your coming up?
Of course, just him expressing knowledge of self, knowing that you are who you say you are. I am, meaning I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was God-bodied, man. He knew who he was, and I expressed that everywhere I went. The black man is God, and people didn't like me to say that. They didn't like me to say those things because we are traditionalists. We're traditionalists in the Christians and all those different things. But I I really don't get into it anymore because I don't like to offend certain people.
Yeah.
But when you say that to the level of when you are making those bold statements,
yes,
the time I seen it.
Yes, sir.
In the project, got to be the most illiterate place
known to man.
Yes. Rick, nobody reads books in the project.
Yes.
The only book I think 2 books is in the project homes is a yellow pages and a white pages
and a Bible.
And a Bible. That's 3 books
that they don't read.
That whatever. So when you're trying to intellectual educate people, did that wear and tear on you?
Of course it did, because you actually know that your people are blinded. You know this, and you're trying to pull them out the darkness, and they fighting you hard. I mean, physically, at some time you going to hell. You're an atheist. I said, man, you just lost, brother. You don't get it, man, because the things you're reading are the same things that enslaved us. Exact same things. Why would he give you a book that's going to help you and he's beating you, even with that book at times?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where it was at that time. And man, I was doing this early 90s, and they laughed at me. Oh, he crazy. He's an atheist. That's fine. I love you, brother. But I know you stuck. And you're going to come see me eventually, I promise you.
And that eventually has come on past now.
Yes, sir.
That I see a lot of guys reposting on stuff like that, which you've been quoting.
But I wanted to say something. I haven't met you. I'm meeting you today, but I want to tell you something. A man is measured by his works. Every man is measured by his works. And if your works have to define you, you're extraordinary. You've been doing this for a long time, and I appreciate you for doing it. And just having a heart to do it and say it in front of everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just want to tell you that on camera in front of everybody. I really appreciate you for doing the things you do every day. Like I said, I never met this brother, but I know if y'all in company, it's love.
Yeah. Right.
It's the exact same energy. And I really appreciate you.
I was just about to say that Rick, a younger version of myself, when me and Rick, I think when me and Rick had one conversation, we took a picture together. Next day we had a conversation for we working together, and we've been locked by the hip. That's how it's like a seamless, if you want to use.
Definitely.
When me and him working together.
And I learned a lot from you, bro. You know, on camera, I learned a lot from you.
Yes,
you know, I never look up to a bunch of people. I don't look up to nobody, honestly. But I look up to this brother. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate him.
He's well versed.
Yeah.
He's extremely versed.
Yeah.
And when you say it come full circle, this is somebody that I've been told you about. Just so happened you had an opportunity, like we're meeting this, and to the audience out there, you don't really get to see this. All of us are 3 different ages or whatever, but the knowledge that I have, you can see that Rick enjoys it, and I couldn't tell you how many basketball games you think you would have won had you migrated to the circle. Because we had a thing in the gym that said you pray before you pray. But you only get to pray to Jesus.
Yeah.
So, well, imagine a whole gym before a tournament all in one circle, and you look over and you see one brother.
Who that brother had?
Over there.
I said I'm not doing it.
So, and I'm saying to myself, like, I'm like, I got my hand on the thing, and I'm looking back like, why he not in here? And the coaches, the referees getting mad. Everybody mad.
So
he crazy.
So before that was Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, man.
Byron Pierre.
So listen to the verbiage at the time. The verbiage at the time was, why am I praying for something I worked 20 years on perfecting? What am I doing? I already know how to do this. I know what I'm doing. You believe in what y'all about to do. I know what get out of here.
So you think you'd have won more games if you'd have just went to the cup?
Of course. Yeah, of course. You 20, 25 points. Of course you
So
did.
you was a player.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You was a player. Okay.
But
Yes,
he never
sir.
got in the circle.
I never did that.
Yeah.
No, because I mean, I understand.
And some people only get in the circle because they just don't want to. They don't want the backlash. So I'm
Yeah.
waiting to just get in there and just get it over with.
I'm not doing that.
That man used to be over there in the corner. You'll see the whole gym in there.
That's a man compromising. Who a man who's willing to be compromised is a man who will be compromised.
Yeah.
Period.
So from your perspective, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
and breaking it down, you know, to the eras, what's the difference between religion and spirituality?
That's a beautiful question.
I like that one.
Religion is basically man-made. It's something a man put upon you to say, hey man, listen, you follow this or else. The spirit is the God body. The spirit is you understanding what's going on around you on your everyday you. When they say you have a gut feeling, who you think that is talking?
That's you.
That's you.
Yeah.
That's the higher you. And the second you go against that, damn, I should have. Oh, what that is. There's the calamity. Spirituality and religion, two different animals. Two totally different. Religion is man-made. Somebody telling you to follow or else this is going to happen to you. He's checking off the list and say, okay, on some Santa Claus shit. Excuse my language. Some Santa Claus stuff. You know what I mean? But spirituality, oh, man.
And so why they trick us into making us believe, you know, because in my era growing up, I always thought it was one thing until I opened my third eye,
Yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Why do you feel like they try to combine religion / spirituality into one thing?
Well, only the novice will fall for that.
Yeah.
Only people without understanding would fall for that. It's a business, bro. Church is a business. All this stuff is a business. Christ is a business. This is a business. Spirituality isn't a business. Spirituality is really knowing, man, I can't fall for that. They don't bother people who are spiritual because they can't. You can't bother me with that. You can't, oh yeah, Jesus is going to punish you. Man, my mama died waiting on Jesus. Dietrich
And
died
I would
waiting
say
on Jesus.
say this. The reason why when I found the difference out, I was explaining, and it was explained to me like this, and it's simple. Each one of us have seen a porno before.
Yes, sir.
And you get hard. I have seen my mother butt naked coming from the restroom to her room, and then think about getting a rise or anything like that, because in your heart, you know, I'm not supposed to. Now you would think a man seeing a naked woman, like he said, a gut feeling. That's mine. Or whatever. You don't look at her in that manner. So I start to realize that just as a man, you know what to do inside,
Yes,
spiritually. You know when you're doing something wrong, and you know when you're doing something right.
Yes, sir.
We all do. But
Yes, sir.
they've been taught that if you could go ahead and lay it at the altar, and if you lay it at the altar, you could mess up that time, and then you could come back again, and then you can come back again. And spiritual, sometimes you got to take accountability and responsibility.
It is accountability. It's accountability at its highest. And most people don't want to say that, hey man, it's my fault. No, the devil. No, it's your decision making. Your decision making creates your heaven or hell. And people don't like to accept that. The devil ain't busy. You just being stupid. You're doing the exact same thing over and over. No, God is repeating it. No, you're making the same decision so you get the exact same outcome. It won't change.
Why you think religion is got us so locked and bound?
Because it was taught to us by, see, listen, the second we go against mama, it's crazy. Mama gave it to us. Who go against mama? When mama give us religion, mama give it to us. Who gave it to mama? Grandmother gave it to mama. So if you don't even respect mama, you respect grandmother, because grandmother gave it to her. Jesus said, oh Lord, Jesus gone. Mama, we still got a leak in the roof. Jesus gonna fix it. No, mama, we need a roofer.
Right.
We need some shingles.
Right.
Jesus ain't gonna fix that.
You're right.
We got a hole in the floor, mama. We need a carpenter.
Yeah.
Jesus is coming.
Rick, I want y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I hate when somebody give my credit away. When Rick, I tell you about that all the time. I do something, and you had me for $20. I give you $20. Why are you saying
thank you, Jesus?
Thank you, God. I did that. You know my name. I worked that, man. I worked and gave you that, man. Me. It's the Santa Claus effect. It's the exact same thing. I work hard all year, and we hide stuff under the tree. We perpetuate these things amongst our kids as well. Yeah. It's us. Right. Yeah. We have to take accountability for that as well. Man, we work all year. And we say some fat white boy with a red suit on, been flying around on imaginary reindeer, came and took care of our kids.
And you know what the sad part about when you're in the project? We don't even have
a chimney. You don't have that?
How'd I get in here?
He would have died many years ago climbing through somebody's window.
Well, getting robbed, because you have to go inside the living room, not in the project. Yeah. That too. You won't make it that far.
Got a point.
So, all right, I want to get to... You big on health or whatever.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Is not up for discussion of the debate. Black people is fat. They're out of shape.
Not just black people.
No.
Obesity is on the rise.
No. We are not in the shape that we used to be in. Yeah. At one time we came up, they had the fat guy was fat because he had asthma and he was on an asthma pump and he got steroids in that. Mm-hmm. It was a time you was in a project, ain't nobody fat. Everybody was slim and trim. And we used to run from the police and ain't nobody got caught.
Nobody got caught.
That's how fast and trim we was. Everybody can hop over the gate or whatever. You try to that now. So why? And I don't think genetically modified was as much as potent it is now. Mm-hmm. Health wise, get us back to at least halfway in shape.
It'll never happen. Let me tell you why. The eras have changed. We would go outside and play kids. Mm-hmm. Man, these kids do this all day. Mm-hmm. Eating snack all day. Mom, I need some. All right, I'm coming. All day. We went outside. We played football. We ran. We played basketball. We did these things. These kids don't want to do that. Man, my son told me, but my son's slim, but regardless. I said, me go outside and play. Man, I don't want to get sweaty. I said, wait, what? You don't want to get sweaty? Man, go outside and play. He's sitting outside on the steps on his phone. I'm saying, this is insane. That's where it is. It's no more physical activities. But me, man, I preach this. This is the only vessel you'll ever have. So you have to treat it right, man. You have to. Man, today until Friday, I'm fasting. I'll do from sundown to sunup. I'll nothing. No drinking, no eating, no anything. I'm 51. I'm 51 years of age, man.
It's 51, y'all.
51. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I never had a drink or smoke in my life. I amateur box. And I think you can't have a sharp mind in a beat up vessel. That's insane.
That's how I feel when I meet a small fat guy. I'm like, what a waste.
I'm not even doing that. I'm not doing that shit.
That's insane. How we're debating.
What is it?
Yeah.
This is insane.
Rick, you don't think that's so? Yeah, I was debating with a fat guguy, and he was telling me he was going to run. And he said, if we run against each other, and I'm like, if you out of shape, mentally, physically, I know you out of shape mentally, and he telling me now he could do it. And I'm saying to myself that
I run laps around you.
Just outside in general, I will. I would actually debate you just to prove a point on a treadmill. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why you doing it? What's wrong with you, man?
So I would say that now that we in that area, the status of the black man now, 2025. Me and Rick talk about it. Rick, before he give his opinion, I want you, as black men, do you think that we are toting the mantle in a way that we should? Where are we at?
I mean, I feel like we trying to come back, right? And it's starting with the millennials. I feel like the millennials are actually trying. We talked about health.
And when you say, hold on, millennials, give me the age bracket on.
Millennials.
What would it be?
I don't know the actual age bracket, but I'm 35.
I like that.
These young people were the people who were overlooked. You know, due to the rise in crack with the federal government put in our communities. So we had to see our fathers and mothers be absent due to drugs. Right. And we were overlooked going through school. We were overlooked in business. I feel like now we identified that we don't need, as much support as we thought we did. So now we standing on business.
From the old heads.
From the old heads.
I get it.
From the old heads.
I get it.
And millennials right now are at the peak of their success, the peak of their relationships with their families. and a peak of focusing and centering themselves around health and why it matters. You know what I'm saying? Because we were the kids who was outside on the bikes, taking bikes from the project, riding all the way, 10 miles and coming back home and not having a parent to go home or be home and feed us.
Right.
But now we see how important the things that we miss, we want to pour back into our
Which I totally
kids.
agree with him, because listen, this is a multi-layered answer. Check this out. This is why the YN culture is so strong amongst older females. Older females will date a younger guy before she dates somebody in the age range. But you have to understand this as well. The female, the male, the female said she wanted a certain type of guy. He has to be a gangster. He has to be this. He has to be that. But they don't even want that no more. They made certain guys become that and then abandon them and went play with guys younger than them because they doing the right thing. Right. And that's crazy that older guys have to take a look back there like, damn, little man, the big homie. That's crazy. Which I totally agree with you. The millennials all bringing black men back. 'Cause black men my age are saturated physically and mentally.
I would say this: in our childhood, me and my closest three partners of mine. My partner my cousin David Hudson,
Beautiful
his father,
brother. Beautiful brother,
passed away, so he wasn't there. My partner Darnell, his mother had him at 14 years old. His father has never been in his life. It's so bad he never wanted to introduce me to this cat, whatever he was going through. And my partner his mom was dating some guys in and out of jail. But right now, all four of us. With my father, he didn't stay with us, but directly impacting in our kids' life. So when you saying the same thing, that what we didn't have, we made sure that we put it in there. Like, I don't recall my mother or their mothers going on field trips with us. And you see now, and even with the college kids, me and Darnell was talking the other day, and he was telling me, he showed me his cash app. He even sent his daughter over $2,000 or whatever in just cash apps, buying their first car, which I have done too. So it like you said, it's changing. So as to how can we get better?
Oh man, putting knowledge of self back into the people. See, the people are still brainwashed by somebody's coming to save them. I mean, that is the root of all of this. Nobody's saving you. You have to do for self. You have to do for your child. He sent her $2,000. Who else is going to do that? Nobody. But we have to really get to that. Man, religion has destroyed us as a people. And that's the real foundation of all. It has destroyed us. It has taken us away from us. It has taken us away from us. We're not even us anymore. We're not even us. We're basically pawns for a person's financial gain, which is church and religion.
I say the same thing. I say it all the time. If I ever get in office, there'll be the worst thing. A lot of black people say, D, you should run. I'm making all these 501c and special churches. You gonna come under my 501 administration, Rick? You'll be investigating them. Not to say that Rick. I would say this. Not to say that you're doing something wrong, but it have to add up.
Yeah.
I gave this example. If you're going to Elgis is a separate community.
Yes, sir.
And you say that you're a nonprofit and you want to teach people how to garden. So you're going around, you teaching people how to garden. You shouldn't be in Elgis for 20 years.
Right.
If you was in Elgis for 5 years, now you should be in New Orleans East for the next 5.
I agree with that.
So how we got 20 churches? You can go on America Street in the East. They got 8 churches.
Yes, sir.
On one street. One block.
I agree.
From Chef to the Wire, and it's one of the worst streets in there.
And yes.
And you telling me that you're doing work? How? Because he ain't never getting better.
It's a hustle.
So
man.
I don't see your progress in what you're doing.
Right.
And in school, Rick, if we didn't do our work, whatever, what kind of grade would we get?
Oh, we're going to get an F.
All right. So why we are not grading these foundations on
the exact same way? I totally agree, brother.
Productivity. Like you're a grade F thing. You gotta pay 50% tax.
Yeah.
Your 501c3 you for 50%.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't really putting out like that.
Yep.
But if you're doing what you're actually saying, we'll be getting better.
Yeah.
That's right. And
if the storm can hit today, how is and I told my fiance this, the homeless guy that you ride by every day, Rick, at the racetrack gas station, You and him in a government line, and you a church member, you with the Alphas, you a Mason, you with the Zulu Club.
That's right.
And both of y'all in line getting water from the government.
Right.
It don't even
It don't make no sense.
It don't.
You paying to be at the bottom.
Yeah.
So a lot of people get mad at me when I make that statement, but it's nowhere in the world you should be that associated and affiliated
with all these conglomerates and you in
you still in line with the homeless guy.
That's the truth, brother.
The one you look down on when you passing them up. Now you forced to be smell whatever you smell like or whatever, you in line with him. He getting the meal, you getting the meal.
That is totally true.
So and I just think that we have got off course and we're working with each other. That's what me and Rick, every time we talk about not how we could build up some other thing. How can we build something and our kids can benefit off of what we are building?
But if all those churches were there to do the exact same thing, why not even come together and help the people?
And do a mega church.
But that's the problem with us. There's no togetherness with us. It's all competition. Yeah. That's why our people will never be where they need to be, because it's me versus you, and you versus him.
I mean, pre-Katrina.
Beautiful place.
It was a beautiful place. Beautiful place, beautiful people. Why you think we can't get back to that structure?
Because I think the original people, those people who were here, who made it what it was, they're gone. Man, you got guys leading people. Say, I made this statement now, and I won't call names, but there are guys who say I'm an OG. I was doing this, and they feeding guys, younger guys, stories of stuff they didn't do. So those guys look up to that. They actually like, oh, I want to do that. But those weren't the people who were actually doing these things. So I get back to what I was saying. The people who were really here to regulate certain things, they aren't here anymore. And certain people just running wild, doing and saying anything. That's why it's so tough to get back to that. Yeah. Because the original people who were here, they aren't here anymore. They're either in Texas, in Atlanta, in whatever, or they perished during the storm. The original people who were here before, they aren't here anymore, man.
So for the ones who are here, and I know it's still a large number, a group of those individuals, you know, being yourself.
Yes, sir.
Why are we so passive to the youth in need, the YNs? Ooh, why are we so passive?
Because everybody's not relatable. All these guys, a lot of guys say, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that no more. I'm not. I got to do this. No, but you have to understand something too. The story of Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man was wrestling for money. He needed money. But there's a guy, the guy didn't pay him all his money. So there's a guy came in and robbed him. Robbed the guy who had the money. He said, Spider-Man, get him. He said, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Come home, the same guy who robbed him killed his Uncle Ben. So see that we only want to help when it happens to us. See, you get what I'm saying? See, before it happens to us, man, I ain't worrying about that. That's their business. Now it's knocking on your door, man, let's do what we got to do. No, man, I threw a stop the violence, man, it was 40 people showed up. Yeah. 40, bro. 40
and
people.
We let the record show we donated water.
Donated water. Yeah. 40 people.
Yeah.
So for issue, I want a friend of mine said, man, why you mad? I said, this affects more than 40 people. I said, if you haven't been through this, you probably will. And if you haven't been, you know somebody that went through 40 people. Nigga asked me, hey, man, you ain't got no second line? For the information I'm bringing, you want to shake your ass?
Yeah.
It's crazy,
and
man.
Dr. King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And he also, my mother used to say, if it don't affect you, people only care when it's at their front door.
That's it.
But if you try to prevent it before you get to the front door, you will have a better chance at it. And right now, and I'm glad Rick told you, because I was going to tell you that we say youth in need. We don't use the YN as it's been laid on us.
Right.
What YN, as they start using it, who the first person started coining that term?
I'm not even sure.
Yeah, same.
Welfare queen. When they use these terms, they master at manipulation, and they throw those terms out there. You run with it, even on nigga. They gave you that name.
Yes, sir.
You ran with it.
Yes,
Welfare
sir.
Queen, you run with it.
Yes, sir.
Baby daddy. You know, no one was saying baby daddy before. I think it was like 1998. They wasn't saying that. They were saying my kids. Everybody was saying father. They gave you the term of baby daddy. You took it and run with it.
And it stuck.
So it stuck.
Yes.
So when you're referring to somebody black, that's how they know that you're talking about a black father, because you say baby daddy. Everybody else say, in the harsh conditions, that white woman stand up and say, my kid's father.
So you familiar with the word niggas?
Niggas, of course, yes.
Niggas.
Yeah.
Is that where the word nigga derived from?
That's what they try to say. That's what the white folks try to say. That didn't arrive from that. That's a derogatory term. That word means something totally different than what they try to perpetuate. Nah, that's totally different.
I'm gonna let you finish that statement right quick. We're getting ready to go on a quick commercial break, and this episode is sponsored by EraBodys Coffee.
Okay, welcome back. And before we went on, the briefing, we were trying to get, information about the difference of niggas and nigger.
Should it be used? That's what. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. We're 2025. We have. They used it in the derogatory thing. We switched it around, put it in hip hop. We even know the terms of how we using it. When I'm saying that's a bitch ass nigga, that's my nigga. We know the terms that, but we don't want to be called nigga only for us. So should the word nigga be used?
I mean, I don't give a shit personally. I'm being totally honest with you.
From black, white, or anybody? Or just, let's talk about it.
To be totally honest,
yeah.
I don't care. That doesn't offend me. I don't.
You believe if it don't apply, let it fly.
Let it fly, man.
Look
at all them a bunch of bitch ass niggas over there. Man, he ain't talking,
to me. He ain't talking to me. Yeah.
All them there, I'm gonna walk over here.
Yeah.
He ain't talking to me. Now if he do this, that's different.
That's singling you out.
That's singling me out.
Yeah.
That's man, that is so small these days, man. Man, our people, bro. I'll be honest with y'all, man. Our people, we're just a lost bunch of people. We all, brother. We're just extremely. There's no help for us, bro. Like even amongst us, doing this for me, it's huge. It's huge for me because it's young black brothers, interviewing a guy, man, who's been trying to do these things for but doing it for years, man. And it's appreciative. We need more of this. Man, instead of we want so many handouts from the government. We want this, we want that. Why can't we help us, man? Yeah. All these superstars with all this bread, man, trillions of dollars, billions of dollars, they don't come back and do nothing.
We just talked about it on our on last episode that Trump took all the billionaires that had the complexion for the protection to the mastermind meeting. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall in the meeting.
Yeah.
And it always keep us like that. We just drool at them out to be in their meeting. Why Magic, Mike, Oprah, and our heavyweights can't put a mastermind meeting like that and come together and...
People whitewashed, man.
Yeah.
People extremely whitewashed. They understand that, listen, if I do this for these niggas, man, they won't do this for me anymore. Listen, all my secrets, you don't think those people with all that bread...
I always say the same. All our heavyweights got dirt on them.
Oprah... And they know.
Oprah, this is what the biggest thing is. Michael Jordan with the gambling, Magic with the HIV AIDS or whatever, the most successful person.
Oprah with the Epstein.
The Epstein, and she never came out and said she was gay.
But we all know.
I don't know, but...
And the allegations in Africa.
Yeah. So we live in a time like this that if you get to a certain point as you're black and you want to cross the white line, the magic line, to get to that status... I need to know this about you or whatever, and they never speak on it. Don't you think that if Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Oprah say they're coming out to endorse Rick, the election is over?
It's over. It's over.
But they'll never say that because boss of all bosses sitting on top of it, and I'll put you in your place. AKA Diddy. Diddy is a example of... When you say Jesus Christ hanging, he's a man on a noose.
He's a pawn in the Peckerwoods game, right?
And they showing you that I don't care how big you get,
nigga, you a nigga, and we'll show you. And that's what they do. And
I think that
he has a sex trafficking. Are you serious? Sex trafficking for people who say, well, I'm willing to.
Yeah.
Well, that's a sex trafficking. The man law, which happened
with
Jack Johnson. Yeah.
You familiar with that?
I'm not.
Heavyweight champion, he's portrayed in the movie Harlem Night, the one that stuttered, Jack Johnson, was messing with a lot of white girls.
Yes.
So, but when he crossed state lines, they created a law called a man law, and that's how they was able to put him in jail. So Diddy is the only person in United States history to get arrested on the man law. Ain't got a RICO case, but he the only one in there. But we know Diddy nasty now. We know he peed and they like this. What do you know about Epstein? Nothing. So you see how right in our face they will lynch him and protect their own creep in the worst possible way, and we don't know anything. That's why I say let R. Kelly and Diddy out.
Yeah, I agree.
You keep them away for your children or whatever. Don't let them go by school.
But let them out.
Yeah, I could use another R. Kelly song. We could use a hook for this podcast, Aura. We'll take it. I have to. I've been cousins with Aura for a long time. I met him one time, and he said he was gonna put me on. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. But all right, so we are in the stage right now where we are at in the great city of New Orleans. This has been like no other knockout, drag out, political. I know more than you. Social media has made it, Rick, where masterminds. Now you got guys right now they'll work more than the people that went to school for political science right now. You oftentimes are in battle. That's partially why I called you. You're in battle with these guys, toe to toe. Where are we at right now? What do you think about the political scene and what's going on?
It's in shambles. It's crazy because listen, you have guys with huge, social media huge followings, who are cooning for the coin, man. Who are pulling our people the wrong way. What did Martin say? I felt like I pulled my people in the
burning building,
and that's what they're doing, and they're purposely doing it for stipends. It's happening right in front of our face now. People pretending as though they don't. Well, maybe our people just don't understand. But you have people endorsing people who aren't even from this country.
That's crazy.
Who not from the city, but from the
country.
country. You have people from the city who understand the ins and outs of us. Everybody gonna steal that money, man.
Yeah.
Everybody who gets in office gonna take something from it. It's not ever happened. That's a given in the city of New Orleans. That have the Big Easy. That it's gonna happen. But to have people pooling for a Spanish to Mexican lady to get in office because they're getting personal stipends is insane.
Man.
And I know for a fact they doing it.
Pay for play.
Yeah, you pay for play. You're gay for play too.
Straight up.
Gay for pay too. If you would.
Straight up.
That's compromise.
Sell your soul for it.
You compromise, man. Niggas copping for a few dollars.
Yeah.
So in this nightmare, you think they're going to get a position if she get in there? You think the ones that?
No, they're going to get what they're asking for. Certain people asking for, restorations in certain areas. Certain people asking for I don't want to do this, but yeah, sir, I'm doing it. Certain people are asking for certain positions with computer tech situations, and those things are promised. Yeah. Those things have been promised, and that's why they're going so hard. Yeah. But nobody's going that hard for free.
Right.
But I'm asking you a question. Let's say we on the other side of it. If we was on the other side of it, and let's just say one of our partners, we'll be in the same position.
You heard what you said?
Your partner.
There we go.
Your partner.
Words you use.
Your partner.
That's different.
Yeah.
We ain't doing that for a stranger. See, our partner, we get up 2-3 in the morning and go do some other shit too. Right. But for a person who I don't know for a few dollars, you're compromised. Yeah. This is my partner. Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah. You running for something, you say, hey, B, look, I need you to come. Just stand by the door. Yeah. Make sure this nigga don't come in here. We going through some sheetrock. You come in here. Yeah. Simple.
What candidate? Do you want to release your candidate?
I'm not releasing.
You're not releasing?
But I like Royce.
You like Royce?
I like Royce.
I would like you with Royce, and I would talk to him about this. When Byron Cole pulled up on him in church.
I didn't like that, man. That was suckery. That was some sucker shit, man.
And I talked to Rick about this. They got some guys that say, when I catch you, it's on sight. I didn't see fights in church. I told you that. Mm-hmm. One guy must have slept with another guy white. Walked in the church, straight down the thing. Him and the organ guy got it on. Yeah. That's on sight. You come in church to tap me on my shoulder to talk to me. That's you could have waited. Yeah. You could have waited by the car if you just wanted to talk.
Right. Yes, sir.
So I think if you was with him,
he wouldn't have did that.
He would have never did that.
I promise you, he wouldn't have did that. I say this because me and him had a verbal skirmish before, but my lawyer told me something. I had something going. That's why I say Dave is a beautiful brother. I had a situation in court. Dave showed up damn near every day like that was my charge, like that was his charge every day. He and DJ Pop are good guys. Right. Secondly, my lawyer said, "Man, listen, leave Byron Cole alone because you're being deemed as the aggressor in this charge on this case. So they'll use that. If I can see it, they can see it. Leave him alone. But when you free, kick his ass. They hate him, man. He's an agitator. His message is, listen, don't get it twisted. He knows what he's talking about, but he's an agitator. He's disrespectful to women, and he's a coward. That's my personal assessment. I'll tell it to y'all. I'll tell it to the cat. I'll tell it to him. He's a coward.
So, but both of y'all got a connection.
Why are you doing that?
I have to call it out. Byron said Byron said he's a Panther Cub, and you're a Panther Cub.
But that it's extremely different.
So I'm gonna ask you a question.
He's an emotional
You
guy,
just
man.
say this. And I feel the same thing. I always tell people Byron know what he's talking about. He's smart. He's cut from the same cloth.
He's intelligent. He's past smart. He's intelligent.
Right.
Extremely intelligent.
So what part of the cloth of his got contaminated? Because he got the structure. He went to saying, "Oh, you would think of men's men."
I think he has some type of emotional baggage going on from losing his mother, and he just can't. He just can't, express it properly, and it comes out extremely harsh. Because grief is different, man.
Right.
Grief is crazy.
Right.
I get that, but to disrespect women, you funky bit funky. That's not cool. That's not manly. That's not manly. I'm sorry.
Oh, not at all. I'm gonna lead this on final question on this situation. As we in the city, do you see? You put a post up there and they say that you want to.
I was just about to ask that. Yeah, and that's heartbreaking.
Will you think the soil is not fertile anymore, that you could put seeds in the ground and produce? Because I would say that what you're seeing here, you produce this, whether you know it or not. So would you say that only way a farmer get off of land if he don't think he can produce anymore?
But what if he understands that there's great fruit already and he can go somewhere else?
I wasn't expecting that to come back. Rick, you
me either. But the knowledge is, we is introductional knowledge for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not even basic knowledge.
That's like an old head retiring from the league, and he get on the mic and he say, "Man, I think the league is in good hands."
Yeah, right.
Look at y'all, man. I'll tell y'all this, man. And I get kind of emotional about it, right? I lost my wife in 18. I lost my father in 19. I lost my mother in 20. Like 21 attempt murder charge. Defending myself properly, my legal firearm. Go to jail, Dave, there every day. Like that's his charge every day. And 22, my home goes into foreclosure. 23, I go flat broke. 24, like one of the emotional worst times of my life. But I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still fighting. And if I did decide to leave, like I said, there's beautiful fruit, man.
Right.
If I'm the farmer, look at the fruit. Look at it, man.
Right.
You say you saw me firsthand, man, and you pouring into this. This is a beautiful brother, man.
Right. Man, when you go through all those hurdles, I wasn't gonna get into the next thing, but when you go through all those hurdles back to back, and I always say this about the black man, nobody knows what we go through because we just take it on the chin. We take it and just keep on moving. When you get emotional about it, you bring it up. Nobody wants to hear the black man or suffer. Before I go into this next segment, tell me about mental health and dealing with us.
It's so overlooked, man. It's so taboo with black men. Black men feel, oh, I'm tough, I can take it. My first day of therapy starts October 1st. I'm going to therapy October 1st. I need to talk to somebody. I have to. And strong as I may appear, and you see me jogging, see me shadowing, man, I hurt every day. Every day to lose your partner.
Y'all was together for how many years?
Man, since 96. 96 to 2018.
Burger King days.
Come on, man. Lose my father to dementia. Lose my mother to the same cancer I lost my wife to. And to watch my mother say, "No, I ain't gonna give out." I ain't gonna give up. I give out before I give up. And she was my last piece. My piece of personal sanity. So I battle with that every day. And just imagine you have people around you that tell you, "Man, I love you. I'll never leave you behind. I'll never do you this. I'll never do that." And you find out those people are doing you worse than your enemy. Mm-hmm. Man, imagine that, man. And that's a mental setback. You start to relive all the other calamities you got going on in your head, man. And I fight with that all the time, brother.
Yeah. Man,
Thank you for sharing that, bro.
Man,
Like,
that's
and
then
that's
the
a
back
part
to
of healing
back.
too.
That's the thing. You don't get over the hurdle
Right.
when you saying from 17 to, man, it's just, and I'm glad mental health as African American men is something that goes on. I go through a lot and I never see nothing about it, but you just give me the confidence that I need to open up more about the situations that I go through, man, because it's just like everybody else can get assistance and help. But when you the black man, it's like you complaining.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
You're sassy.
Yeah, that's
Or you complaining, you're whining. No, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Somebody asks you, man, who hurt you, man? You got time to listen.
Right.
You got
Right.
you ain't got enough time, man.
And I would say this when I'm dealing with I oftentimes my son is 6 years old. When I'm dealing with him, I deal with him not from the perspective of how I was raised, how I came up. I had to realize a lot of stuff he don't know, and I'm more. A man told me this, and I got offended. He was like, "Man, you don't think you babying that boy up?" And I was like, "You had a father around?" And he was like, "Nah, I'm just saying." Well, he grew up with a father.
Right.
I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
This is my job.
Yeah.
I had to explain to this brother, and he told me I got offended. Then I said, just teach him and see if he'll take the lesson. I see, well, you so used to not seeing a man around. When your mama will tell you got to be, what they used to say, you're a man of a mouse and all that. You got to be strong. You got to do this and all that. I'm like, he ain't got to go through that.
Yeah.
That's right.
I tell him it's all right to cry.
It's
My
all
son
right
get
to cry.
tackled and cry or whatever.
Okay, it's okay.
Or whatever. So now I have to learn that as I'm teaching him and as I'm developing him as a young man, not to bring my childhood, because how can I prepare from the project? He didn't grow up in there. How can I bring him from Georgia?
He didn't grow up in
His
it.
whole
He didn't grow up-
environment
yes,
is totally
sir.
different.
Yeah.
And it's crazy you say that, man. My son attended Fisher Elementary. You know, we moved from off the East Bank to the West Bank. So he told one of the kids, man, my dad is coming to school for me. Kid said, you got a daddy? I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That's different, man.
Yeah.
That is different, man.
And that's totally the truth. We have this next segment that I want to walk us through called Do You Remember? Where we talk about the culture of TV shows, game shows, and a culture that we love bringing forward, of whether it's traditional New Orleans or just regular. I just hope you had that mindset where you was paying attention. I know you was outside a lot, but I just hope you was paying attention.
Yes, sir.
Or whatever. Now this one here, this is how I know if you was an outside kid. All
Let's
right.
go.
Me and Rick talked about this, and I went and pulled up his medical bill, and it was pretty high just off this accident. Tell me about the feeling you riding a bike,
And the pedal hit your shin?
the metal one.
The pedal, yeah. You gotta even tell me, I beat you to it.
Tell me about it.
Man, that's different. It hit
The
your
metal
ball,
one.
it hit your ball right here. It hit your ball right
Not
here.
the plastic one,
The metal one, the one with the spikes in it,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, but that had to be on the 10-speed, old 10
Yeah,
speed.
yeah.
Man. Oh, man.
Walk me through it.
Man, no indeed. No indeed, man. I'm not remembering that.
If you wasn't an outside child,
You
you
wouldn't
never
understand.
know. You won't understand.
Man,
Whatever.
riding that 10-speed, man, that
Man.
joint hit your leg. You slip. Oh, man.
Yes,
Man.
but you know what the great thing was being outside then? That pain, you just get over it. It might take a while, but you just keep on going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
It was no. Did we have an urgent care?
No, ain't
No.
no urgent care. No,
Uh-uh.
it's
Just
it's
go.
either charity or nothing.
Yeah.
It's just
Charity or two row.
It's just
That's
like
it.
I prefer to get over it, and I think that's what I'm blessed about. And all of us had the experience with growing up in the environment growing up. You had to be tough or whatever, and I'm so glad. I guess that's part of my personality. I just feel it though, like when I go in certain rooms, whether I'm eyeing them down or whatever, I just be like, I'm tougher than him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat him because every time a situation come up, he complain about it, whatever. I'm gonna use the skills that I was given in this ranked up environment, and I'm gonna beat him.
Yeah.
So if you know about that iron pedal, you had to be there to understand it. All right.
You had to be.
All right. This next question is:
Let's go.
tell me about Penny Lane, Canal Street.
Ooh.
Do you remember?
Now watch this. I caught the bus one time to Penny Lane, right?
All right. What bus? So let's take this back.
St. Claude bus, because I lived in the houses. Think about it now.
Oh yeah, you did.
I
You
didn't
was,
catch the Desire bus.
you was privileged.
Listen, don't you
You
start
had a light
that.
bill and a water bill.
Listen to this now. Listen to this. So, but I catch the Desire bus to get back home because it's gonna let me off on Desire Street and I can walk
Right.
before I get to the project per se. You know. Anyway, Penny Lane. I got a $5 bill. Mama give me $5. I'm going to Pennyland. In Pennyland, playing the game. I'm playing Gallagher. Playing Gallagher. Dude come up out the Lafitte. I found out later. You know, I went on a revenge stay. That's a whole other topic. Yeah. Man, where I'm with Gerald Will, a guy named Gerald Will. Man, where you from? What you mean where I'm from, man? Where you from? Why? Man, you got money on you? Man, what you mean I got money? He took off on me. He took my money. I'm holding my eye. My partner Gerald playing. He ain't got a quarter. He playing Pac-Man. You don't have nothing. You came with me. I know you don't have no money. Man, you watching me hold my eye, man. I'm holding my eye. We walked home. I walked from Pennyland back on Congress Street, man, holding my eye. Man. Scared to death.
So he took the money from you?
Yes, God. Took $475 from me.
Man, Pennyland was a place you had to be there.
Yeah.
I ain't never get jacked up. But I never been there by myself. It was always packed and stacked.
That's a great thing.
The night war was heavy with me.
But see, you got to think about it. It's a different era too. When I went, think about it. I'm 51 years of age.
Yeah.
You went. I went probably 89, 88.
How much was the bus fare?
Probably like 50 cents.
It was 50 cents.
Yeah, something like that.
When I came, it was $1.10, then it went up to $1.25.
Yeah,
50 cents, 75 cents, something like that.
Do you remember? You if I have to ask you this question in this manner. My executive producer told me don't ask questions like this, but I have to ask this question.
Go.
You're punished for the summertime. You got to go spend the summer by one of your uncles. You got James Evans. You got Rock. You remember Rock?
Of course. Keep going.
Uncle Phil.
Keep going.
What else Black father they had on TV?
Carl Winslow.
Carl Winslow.
What his name? Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Out of them, you got to go spend the summer to fix what you have done. They sending you by your uncles. Which one you go, and it's not going to be, you going to have to spend a summer with them, but all of them would have stayed in James Evans' situation.
I thought I could have stayed by James Evans.
Yeah, that was the project, but
I would have wanted to go by James Evans. But if it was a person that had to stay there, I would probably take Uncle Phil.
That and be under Uncle Phil. Now, a lot of people think Uncle Phil is soft.
He not.
When he used to get mad,
he was fair.
Uncle Phil did his thing. Carl Winslow was tough too.
He was okay.
He got down. But you know, a secret, Hollywood secret.
Who?
Uncle Phil and Carl Winslow was dating.
Whoa, come on, bro.
Pull it up there.
Come on, man.
Pull up the. They went together.
Come on, man.
I swear to God.
You done messed up my whole.
Yeah, man, what we doing? What we doing?
You want me to hit you with another one?
No.
George Jefferson was a sugar pop too.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
So all them old shitters.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. He was.
It was
I
crazy.
knew that old Sherman Hemsley.
He was on.
So my question is, do you still feel the same about them shows and what they were trying to represent?
He's an excellent actor.
He's an actor.
He's a great actor.
I think.
If I had to get into acting,
everybody know me. I can't stand Good Times. It's not reality.
Tell me why you didn't like Good Times.
It's just like with the wife he couldn't get up. That's like it's just like she was just like
he couldn't get up.
She bring the black picture of Jesus and she said, "Get rid of
the true story is she didn't want to do the show without a husband, which I applaud on that. But the bad part is you just couldn't get up with. She just was. They could have found $3,000 outside. She talking about some, get it out of my house. And you're like, I tell her my mama, boy, if I found something, I ain't stole it from nobody, nothing like that.
That's mine.
That's
ours.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about to be an early Christmas. Everybody about to get the J's now. She about to blow this money. She about to mismanage this situation. But I'm so glad, man, we had you on, man. Look to the camera and tell our people where they can find you at.
Find me on Instagram, Wolf WF and Chop CHOP 9, Wolf and Chop 9.
That's where they can find you at. Anything new you have coming up that you want to them to know?
Well, actually, I'll be on the True Podcast, True 357 Podcast. That's on the 26th of this month, a nationwide appearance. Man, I get to run my mouth about relationships and whatnots, and just free speaking. You know
All
what I mean?
right. Do you agree to come back to the show and be a friend of this show, brother?
Asked the sister what I said. She scheduled me a date. I said for him. Now even you, Rick. I said I'll do it in the next 20 minutes.
She did told me that. Send me a text message back and see he said he come in at half an hour.
I said I'll do it whenever he needs, man.
I want you guys to know that we do have a book out called Business Brothers. It's out on Amazon.
Businessmen.
Businessmen. I'm sorry, Rick.
All right.
All right. But it's good to have a co-host. That's what your job was. That was your, back me up. Businessmen is out, and we we love the support you have. Rick.
Well, you heard the man. You know, I hope this show was just as informative to you as it was to us. Thank you, Brother Byron,
I appreciate
for
you,
coming
man. I
on,
appreciate
man.
you. Initially meeting you, man. I appreciate your energy. It's beautiful, man. And you have a beautiful brother right here. But he's a jokester.
Yeah.
But he's
I'm learning them every show. I'm learning them more and more.
He's a beautiful and informative brother.
Yes,
and I really appreciate y'all energy, even for having me, even the sister behind the camera.
Yeah.
I appreciate her as well.
The best
man.
executive producer.
Best.
I got my fiance in here. Hey, baby.
Hey, Candy. All right. So y'all know y'all can find us on EraBodys Podcast. That's EraBodys Podcast on all social media sites. And again, I hope this show was just as informative to you as it was to us. And we out. Peace.
I appreciate y'all, man.